Shalom, I'm Safta Portia, and I want to make my topic today the price of neglect, which is was written by A.W. Tozer, who's a famous theologian. And I think you'll find that he had a prophetic word, because this is the way he starts this paper. In America, there are millions of plain, ordinary men and women, decent, honest, peace-loving, who take their blessings for granted and make no effort to assure the continuance of our free society. These persons are without doubt far in the majority. They constitute the main body of our population. But for all their numbers, they're not going to determine the direction of our country. Their weakness lies in their passivity. They sit back and allow radicals and those in the minority who shout the loudest to set the course for the future. If this continues, we have no assurance that we can retain the liberty, the freedoms that were once purchased for us at an appalling cost. And this is what he is calling the price of neglect. He goes on to say we can prove our faith by our committal to it and in no other way. Any belief that does not command the one who has it is not a real belief. It is a pseudo, as he's calling a pseudo belief. And it might profoundly shock us if we were brought suddenly face to face with our beliefs and forced to test them to see how they hold up in practical every day-to-day living. So I thought these words were prophetic, and it was so interesting because we have so many issues on the table today in our political environment. And he was speaking about this. I don't know what he had in mind specifically, but he was speaking about this. Perhaps he wrote this maybe 30, 40 years ago. I'm not exactly sure when. But he's just saying that what he's calling pseudo-faith will verbally talk about its adherence, but doesn't allow himself to get into a predicament where his future might depend upon that adherence. And this is why he's calling it a pseudo-faith, because in fact it's a rather superficial declaration of faith. It is not a deep, enduring faith, which right now the reason I'm sharing this with you is because we need a deeper faith right now, because our faith is going to be severely tested because of the new things that are going to be coming our way. And this is not just a prophetic word from me. This is just me reading the newspaper and just telling you what I see. So these days he's saying what we need is a company of believers who are prepared to trust God completely. And so that's why I'm bringing this to you. I'm asking you, are you ready to trust God? And we hope so. For each of us, the time is surely coming when we shall have nothing but God. And this is again another prophetic word from him. Health and wealth. He said, these are his words. I'm reading them right there from him. Health and wealth, friends and hiding places will all be swept away, and we shall have only God. I can't believe this, but this is what he's saying. So this is what he's calling. So if all we have, is pseudo-faith, we should be terrified right now, because we got nothing. We got nothing actually to really hold on to. And that's the absolute truth, what I'm telling you. we got nothing. People are running around like they're like lost, and they're saying, oh, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is God letting this happen? God does not move. We move. God does not move. God can work in an atmosphere, an environment where his people, he's saying, where my people who are called by my name meet my conditions, then, and then only then, can he operate. God can't operate in chaos and confusion because he just can't do it. It's not him. So any spirituality that we have, or any kind of, visit from God that we want to have, we have to, be in the perfect will of God to really hear from God. We have to be in a oneness with God to really hear from God, and to really, and if we have a confused mind and he wants to have a visitation with us, how are we even going to recognize when his hand is on something in our lives if we're just running around and not really focused on him or concentrating on him? So we need to be, as believers, to have a unity of mind. Last time I spoke about Jew and Gentile, one in the Messiah, and how good and pleasant it is to dwell in unity. So I'll just use that again. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the shirts of his garment, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountain of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Psalms 133. Here the unity precedes the blessing. We come into unity, then we get the blessing. And so it is throughout scriptures. An individual may seek and obtain great spiritual help from God. Yes, an individual can. But for this point in time, when America is in siege, we need to come into unity. We need to have a company of believers in complete unity and seek the visitation of the Lord our God in order for him to look at us and bless our nation. So the one thing I said about an individual, yes, an individual from here can hear from God, but in this case, where America, the very life of America, is online, we must be in unity and call upon the Lord our God to have a visitation upon our lives and to bless America. We all remember that God Bless America is the theme that is in our patriotic songs. So now let us call upon God to bless America. Amen. Thank you for letting me share this with you. I appreciate it so very much.